everybody, how's it going? It's Jamie, your crafty DIY guy, and I'm back. I've got a set of beach chic DIY projects for you today. This is actually going to be a two-part series. So the first part has the first three projects, and then another week or so I'll release part two. That would be part two of the video series, and I have to say I'm pretty excited about them. I absolutely am in love with one of them, and I mean, I kind of love them all, to be very honest, but there's one in particular, it just has me all excited. Listen, if you are one of my new subscribers or one of my recently new subscribers, thank you so much for joining in the fun. I really appreciate it. Also, of course, if you are one of my old-time subscribers, my OGs, my buddies, my people that have been with me since, like, I had, like, one subscriber, thank you. Hopefully you're still around. But seriously, I'm having such a good time doing these projects, and I hope that you are enjoying all these videos and everything. And, you know, I'm looking forward to creating even more projects for you, and I cannot wait for you to see these. So I'm just going to stop talking and let you just go watch them. Or go that way. I think it goes that way. Anyway, enjoy. Okay, everybody, for our first project, we're going to take a package of these oversized pearls, as well as any kind of twine, really. This one, I think, is an old one from Dollar Tree. Next, go ahead and just string your pearls and really make it whatever length you want. I think I did about 20 pearls on this particular strand. And then once you have it at the length that you want, go ahead and just tie the two ends together, almost making like a pearl necklace. And go ahead and tie this in a knot. I'm going to do mine in 2 knots and leave that extra string. Then I'm going to take my raffia. I'm going to kind of trim it down here. And you can see that part of the raffia that's already kind of bent over. That's perfect because this is what I'm going to use to make my tassel. So all I'm going to do is take another piece of raffia, just kind of wrap it around that kind of there towards the top. And then I am going to tie this onto the end of my pearl strand, like so. I'm also going to put in a couple good knots in here just to make sure that this is nice and sturdy and strong. And then I simply just trimmed off any of the excess string. I fluffed it up a little bit and then trimmed off the ends of the tassel just so everything was nice and even. This is what the tassel looks like when it's all done. I absolutely love this. I think it's super classic looking. This is it hanging on the doorway. You'll notice that I did add a little bit of shell embellishment to it, and I think it looks super, super cool. And then this is another use for it. Put it around the mouth of a vase, and it really ups the vase's game and makes it look super elegant and beach chic. All right, for the next project, you're going to grab one of these Crafter Square snakes. I love this thing. It is 100% wood. It is totally flexible. It's unfinished wood. And then also grab one of these Dollar Tree round candle mirrors. Now, you're going to decapitate the little sucker. Cut his head off, cut his tail off, and basically you're just going to be working with his body. Take some of your antiquing wax, stain his little body, and do what I did here. I just rubbed some on, then wiped it off. Then I glued the two ends together and used a Dollar Tree hardware clamp to just hold this together. I did use E6000's quick hold, and I let it set for about 2.5 hours. Then once everything was dry, it was time to go ahead and just glue this on top. Now you'll see kind of the spine of the snake, but it kind of works perfectly as a guide for your mirror. So I just went ahead and I took my E6000 and I literally just added E6000 quick hold right to the spine of the snake. I know that sounds crazy and kind of gross. And then I just set it up and let it sit for about 4 hours to dry. And when it was all done, this is what it looked like. I had that little easel, which was so perfect for that mirror. I think it kind of looks like a fancy porthole. I don't know. What do you guys think? I love it. And for the last project, I'm going to take another one of my Crafter Squares, little sneaky snakes that you can find in the Crafter Square section. And then also, this is a wood plaque that was left over from a Michael's grab bag. You could literally use any kind of Dollar Tree wood plaque, or in any of the cardboard plaques would probably work for this too. So just dig deep into your stash. Also, you're going to need some of these oversized popsicle sticks, as well as some of these smaller wooden cubes that you can also pick up in the Crafter Square section of Dollar Tree. Now, you're going to take your little wooden snake guy like we did before, and you're going to cut off his legs, and you're going to cut off his head, and then you're just going to have his body like this. And then we're going to take his body, and we're going to cut it in half. We're going to try and get it almost perfectly centered. So just take out your little Dollar Tree hacksaw and just hack away until you have 2 pieces of your sneaky snake. And once you have your 2 pieces of your snake, go ahead and take your sander. I've got a sander here in desperate need of new pads, but I just sanded off the edge of each one of the snake's body parts. And then it was time to start working on my little wood plaque here. So this had some 3-dimensional hearts that were in the bottom of it. So I'm going to go ahead and just pry those off of there with a screwdriver and just set those aside for another use. And then I'm taking my oversized craft sticks and I'm cutting them down to be the exact size of the inside of this wood plaque, because these are going to kind of lay along the bottom of the tray itself. So I'm just going to use one as a template. I'm going to go ahead and trim it with my wire cutters or cutter thingies. I don't know what they're called. I think they're wire cutters. They work really good on wood too. And I'm just going to go ahead and trim up my stick here and do it off camera and then do it barely on camera there for you. And then you'll see here, I'm just kind of using that one as a template and measuring it out. And then we'll do enough of these sticks in advance to completely cover the bottom of my wood plaque. And for this next part, I was a little bit of a bonehead and totally forgot to film while I painted that tray. I just did 2 coats of Rust-Oleum's chalk paint, nothing earth-shattering there. And then I'm using my heat gun in between those coats to make sure everything is good and dry. And then I know I want to put my handles on the outside of the tray, and I'm going to screw them in. That way they are nice and strong and sturdy. So I'm just marking the spot where I'm going to drill with my purple chalk pen, and then I'm just drilling into the side of the box, kind of like so. I just kind of eyeballed it where the dots were kind of on the inside of the box. I hope that makes sense. And then also to make sure that I didn't split any of the wood on the handles or the snake body, I'm also going to drill some pilot holes in either end of the snake body as well. And then just taking a simple screw and just screwing it down to the base to hold everything in. And then I did cover it with chalk paint, the screws with the chalk paint, that is. Then I took my glue gun from Chandler Tools. I love this. It has an on-off switch and it has this really heavy-duty base. And then I'm just gluing my sticks directly down to the bottom of the tray, kind of working my way all the way down to the end. And then when I got to the end of the project, there was a little space there, but a full-size stick would not fit. So I knew that I was going to have to cut this popsicle stick. And I grabbed my manual mini cutter, which I picked up from Slice, and literally just sliced right through this popsicle stick. What I love about this cutter also is not only is it super handy and easy to carry around and use, but the blade is actually made of ceramic, so it literally cannot cut you. And it will cut through wood, as you saw. Now, what I did was I just sliced down the middle there, and it was the perfect fit for inside the tray. And that was it. After everything dried, this is what the tray looked like. I absolutely love this tray. I will not be giving this away. This will stay in my bathroom. You can put jars on it, kind of like this here with some of your toiletry items. Certainly a neat way to do it. But I decided to go ahead and put a Dollar Tree succulent and some rocks. I just used the base of a mason jar as my planter. And then I added a Dollar Tree candle holder with some Dollar Tree rocks. I love this.